Hi, we're back with U.S. Classic Muscle Cars, and I'm here with Dave, the owner of this Pontiac GTO. Tell me a little bit about this car, sir.
Well, the car was always a California car. I found it in California in 1994, and it was built there, owned there, and put in the desert in 1981. And
so it was restored?
It was not restored.
Oh, okay.
It was sitting in the desert, and it was pretty bad.
But now it's restored.
Now it is restored. Yeah. My dad bought a GTO, a '67 GTO, when I was 7, and fell in love with the hobby, and knew that I wanted one by the time I was 9. So what I had done was I started saving every dime that a 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old could save, right? Cutting lawns, raking leaves, doing anything and everything I could for money. And my uncle had found this car through a friend of his, and in 1994. And when he showed me pictures of it, and I said, "That's it. I want it. Got to have it." And so I was 14, and I paid cash for the car. And I paid $850 to have it transported from California to Illinois, and then we had started on it and gotten going, starting to restore it. But of course, when 17, 18 years old, things and priorities have kind of changed a little bit. So met my wife and bought a house and kids, and the car was not done, but it did travel the country with me, and I never would get rid of my first car.
Okay.
So when my oldest son, I'm a father of 5 now, and when my oldest son turned 8, a little bit older than I was when my dad bought his car, I said he's not going to enjoy a car unless it's restored, or at least not in pieces, right? So my wife and I says, you know what, let's put all the bills and things aside. So I spent 1 year and said, let's just get it done.
Okay.
So my kids and my wife helped out a ton, and we got it done in 1 year exactly.
So what type of restoration did you do? What was restored? What's new? What's original? What do we have here?
It ended up being a frame-off restored car, not because of anything other than time.
Okay.
I could send the body to the body shop, and I could do everything else simultaneously.
Absolutely.
So the only thing I didn't do on this car is paint.
Well, that paint is a really original color. I don't know if I've seen a color quite like this. What's the name of it?
It is. It's called teal turquoise.
Okay.
It is a '65 GTO color.
Okay.
And
it was your choice? You picked out the color?
Actually, no. No, that's a funny story. The car was originally actually cameo ivory or white. And after having the car for 15 years at the time, I said, you know what, I kind of want to change. So I picked out 5 or 6 colors of original colors that I kind of liked. Some I liked more, some I liked a little less. But I went home to dinner, and I had the spray outs from the paint shop, and they said, all right guys, what color is the car going to be? And my kids voted.
Aww.
And this is the color they chose, and I said, okay. I'm going in the morning, and I'm going to hand it to them and say, that's the color. So
that's awesome.
They chose really, really well, I think.
I agree they did. What's different in the interior? What was restored with the interior?
The interior is 100% original, as far as correct. But it sat in the desert for 12 years before I bought it.
Okay.
13 years. And so I did reupholster it. It is new carpet. I re-chromed the dash. That's an original steering wheel that I was able to just clean up. It is not a fully restored steering wheel, so that's a really, really big find. But it all is original components. It's been restored, other than the upholstery and the carpet.
And I failed to ask, what do we have for horsepower for this beast?
Stock was 330 horsepower from the factory with a 4-barrel. If you got the tri-power, it's 360 horsepower. The motor is pretty much factory spec, so it's about 360 horsepower as it is now.
Okay, so you might be able to teach some kids how to drive in here?
I do it all the time.
There you go.
I do it all the time.
Some memories are made too.
Yeah, actually, and that's the thing about it is, people give me a hard time because, if there's anybody college or younger that's looking and interested in the car, the first thing I do is open the door and say, sit in it.
Yeah.
The very first thing. And I've taught many people how to drive stick shift in it because it's a car. If something breaks, I'll fix it. Right.
So it doesn't just sit in the shed. It gets used. It's a car, like you said.
I drive it. I use it. It is our family cruise vehicle on the weekends, and when we do a show like this, it does spend a month or so in the garage getting prettied up again.
Absolutely. Has it won any awards?
It's won a few, yeah. Very fortunate that I get to show with my dad and my uncle and do these national shows and that. And it did win gold at POCI, Pontiac Oakland Club International, as well as GTOAA National Concourse Gold.
Awesome. And then I see on your shirt, is this, what do we have here? It's Pontiac, Oakland.
Pontiac Historical Society.
Okay.
Awesome museum in Pontiac, Illinois. Got to give props to Tim Dye down there. He started the museum. It's flourishing. It is everything Pontiac, and it is just whether you're a Pontiac enthusiast or not, you got to go because you'll see so much cool history. And the library. He's got a library, enormous library of any information that you could possibly want or need. Advertisements and stuff that you'll never ever see. So it's a really good thing, and if you have any time to donate, he's always looking for help to turn wrenches and restore some of his projects.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Your car is absolutely gorgeous.
I appreciate it very much.
Yes. Take care.
You too.